Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today's going to be something about really common questions that we get as freelancers, that how are you supposed to write a good proposal on Upwork, or a proposal that get replies or is very high converting. Now if you're following me for quite a while, you might have noticed recently I've posted a video explaining about the mistakes that you're supposed to avoid on writing an Upwork proposal. So make sure while you're watching this video and after this video, when you are writing a proposal, make sure you watch both the videos together to avoid the mistakes and how you're supposed to write a good proposal. So in today's video, we'll be explaining a complete job from Upwork, and then how would I write a proposal, what are the points that I would really be focusing on and looking on the job, and how are we supposed to analyze the job first and then make sure you send it out. So let's get into it. All right. So as you can see over here, this document, and over here I have written out the job proposal that I've taken from from Upwork itself. This is the job, and then down below I've written my proposal or my version of proposal that I would send to this particular job. So let's read out the job first to know what exactly are they asking from us, and then let's go to the framework of the good proposal. So it starts off with Tech Laboratories, known simply as Tech Labs, is the owner and manufacturer of over-the-counter pharmaceuticals, including products under the brand. Each brand has its own website. So there's two websites given over here. Tech Lab Inc. as well as liesfree.com, and we are in need of a copywriter to assist us in continuing to provide useful content around the subjects of head lice treatment, poison oak treatment, wound care, treatment of other irritants, etc. So basically what they're saying is that they need to require a copywriter or an SEO content writer for two websites, which is TechLab and as well as Liesfree. And they need to make sure that those particular content or articles need to be SEO optimized, as well as they need to be optimistic, brand voice, and positive. Now we already know what are they requiring, so basically we have an idea that this sets up with our skill. Like for example, right now if I'm providing a copywriting skill, this would be the greatest job that I would want because it just goes with my skill. Then over here it says organizational background overview. A family-owned business since 1977. TechLab focuses on innovation and continuous improvement. At our core, we are a driven group of individuals with a desire to help others, whether they be outdoor adventurers, gardeners, athlete, mom, dads, or all of the above. And we strive to find new and better ways to not only meet, but to exceed the needs and expectations of our consumers. So over here it says that it is giving a background of what exactly their company is about and what do they stand for. And then it says here, known as the outdoor itch expert, TechLab has been a leader in the first aid category for decades, specializing in products for poison oak treatment and head lice. The company is expanding into other products for the outdoor enthusiast under the Techno brand and offering new solutions for safe and effective head lice treatment under the Liesfree brand. Now they're explaining about since they have already given the requirement, which is over here in the first paragraph, then they explained a bit about their background of what exactly is their company about, where you're supposed to know the important stuff, just so that whenever you're writing their content, you need to make sure that it lies under the framework and the guidelines. And then they're also explaining their current situation. So basically the current situation is probably what requirements do they need right now, or what requirements do they need from us. So Google is continuing to prioritize websites that provide new and useful content. Those who do it well are seen as industry experts and receive top ranking in search results. We are in need of a professional writer who can help us provide new and engaging content on a regular basis, as we do not have the resources in-house. So then is project scope. So over here they're basically explaining about what exactly do they need now, since obviously Google really is updating a lot every year, and what they require is that the content that is much more informational, that helps out the audience, and they basically just need to rank their website as soon as possible, which is why they need a professional and engaging writer. Now 4 articles per month for each website, TechLab Inc. and Liesfree within a minimum of 400 word count. Total of 8 articles per month. So this is what they're requiring. They need like 2 articles per week and 8 articles per month for both the websites included. And these are some of the requirements that they read. For example, 4 articles for each website, maintain the brand voice, article needs to have content ideas to be determined, and around search terms we can provide a list and have a writer suggest. And also you need to make sure that this must be under regulatory guidelines. and will be reviewed by our team and approved prior to publishing. Content must avoid mentioning holidays, religion, politics, any sort of things that might create conflict. Then content must support SEO goals, obviously, because they want to rank over here. Success will be measured by organic growth or decline, at least 2 rounds of revision if needed for articles do not meet guidelines or regulatory approvals. And after they've explained what they require from us, they're telling us what exactly are the deliverables, which is 4 articles per month, 1 per week for Tech Lab, and 4 articles, 1 per week for Lies Free. And this is an optional thing that if you can translate it to Spanish for Lies Free, that could also be another project, or it could be like added extra cost. But if not, then it's up to you. Like, it could be optional. So if you really know how to translate to Spanish, then maybe you could just tell them that, yeah, I would be like a perfect fit for this. Then proposed timeline, we would like to begin services in January 2023 with a contract to continue on monthly basis. Either party may terminate the contract at any time. So basically telling about what kind of contract terms do they want, and just letting us know if that's what we work for. Like, do we take just weekly projects, monthly projects, or do we do contract basis? It's just much for information. And proposal requirements, please explain what items are needed for us to work effectively with you. Outsourcing SEO content is a new area for us. Also include the time needed to complete an article. So basically they just want like these 3 points included in the proposal, and we can just see how the proposal goes and make sure to include these 3 points so that they know. And then experience, talking about the experience, for example, they just need like some samples from us if we have done any SEO kind of articles written before this particular job, or if anything that we can just include in our portfolio. And then also proposals must include the estimated cost for all work related to task and deliverables. So basically they're asking also about the amount that is needed for them to finish off the project. Now over here it says the best part over here for this particular job is that they've given a contact information as well. They've given the name, which is pretty great, because sometimes what happens is when you go to Upwork, then it might be a little hard time finding out what exactly is the person's name or the client's name. But this particular person has given a detailed job description, which is great for us because we already know where do they stand. And since they're new to this, so obviously they need a lot of help, and also because like they have given up the proposal requirements and experiences, so we can just like try to remain between the guidelines and give them the kind of proposal. Now as you can see, why this is a detailed, just because this is a detailed proposal, or sorry, detailed job, we can just make sure that we try to include everything that they have said. And also one thing that I've noticed what freelancers do is that they try to, as soon as they have this job, really good job that they see, and maybe the hourly rate is also good and everything, they just try to contact in proposals and write cover letters where they say like, oh, please hire me, I'll be the best, I have this much experience in the SEO, let's say for this example, SEO industry. And the things that I would avoid is I wouldn't say like, hi Lisa, my name's Mehak and I have been working in the SEO industry for 10 years. I'm a great professional with a lot of knowledge. I can help you out. Please do not do that, because most of the freelancers do the exact same thing, and which is why they don't get replies back or their proposals get rejected. Just be very new and just try to understand the clients, what kind of solution are they looking for, or what are their pain points. And your first 2 lines really matter, because that's what will make the buyer or the client read more of your proposal. And the first 2 lines are very basic, very common, or something that they receive every other day, because you have to understand that it's just not you submitting the proposal, there are many other people out there, so you need to stand out from them. And which is why this is the kind of proposal that I would send to them, which definitely would be a complete standout for them, and you will know why am I saying this in a while. So let's get into it. Let's start. So basically we first thing first, before even talking about the complete proposal, let me just tell you that since they have given us the name of 2 websites, which is TechSlab Inc. and Lies Free, what I would do is I would go to the website and maybe like spend at least 10 minutes searching through their website completely, knowing exactly what they're doing, even if they have given like a pretty good amount of information over here. But it is my duty as a freelancer to really just look at their website, see what they're missing out, see what good are they doing, and what can be improved over there, what SEO expect can I put in there, and just a lot of brainstorming stuff, just so that I have done my research very well. And in this case, as you can see, we have already been given 2 websites. I go there, I search on the Google, and then I just check the complete website just to know what client am I talking to. This is how I have started my proposal. Now let's go to the first sentence, which says, "Hi Lisa." Make sure you just say hi Lisa. Lisa is like, one of the contact info that they're given, which is why I said, "Hi Lisa, I checked your Lice Free and Text Lab website and I love it. It seems like a promising product. No, only if I knew about this in my childhood days could have been a lifesaver." So basically I'm talking about the products that they are selling right now, which is Lice Free and Text Lab. And most of the times in our childhood, or maybe even later bit, we sort of face these issues a lot. So which is why I gave them a genuine compliment about their product. So why reading this? Definitely if they have this see more or read more option over here, they would instantly start reading mine. And just make it personal. Now if you see again, I have not written over here anything about me. I've just written about them. I have not written, "Hi, I'm Mehak, doing 10 years of SEO, knowledgeable, professional, this award, that, maybe like I have done with this client," nothing of that sort. No introduction of mine, only about them and their website. That's what you can start off with. Now this is just an example. You don't have to follow the exact template. I'm just giving you an overview and analysis of what a good proposal seems like. Now over here, the second part, I say, "I am Mehak, a website copywriter, working for business and creating website copy and content for them, and I would really love to help you with your website content." Now over here, this is just a bit of introduction, telling about myself, but again, nothing too big, nothing really just talking about myself, or 2 paragraphs just about me. No, because again, proposal is about the client. We're trying to make it about the client and not about us. But just to give a brief idea of who they are talking to, I just told them I'm Mehak, website copywriter, just to tell them what exactly are the person that they're talking to. And then over here, I say, "But before that, just so that you can see I am the real deal, you can have a look at few articles that I have written for a previous medical industry client and received highly engaging traffic on this particular page." Now over here, if you see, right before I get into their pain points or start talking about their website and what improvements are needed or how can I help them, I just give a brief paragraph saying that this is the kind of work that I have done before, something relatable to your niche as well. So you can have a look and just see that this was an article on the previous website, and you can just see the amount of traffic they're receiving and what kind of engaging content I have placed. So that, again, same thing, I have not done anything big over here. I have not written paragraphs and paragraphs just talking about myself. Very brief, very on to point, and gave them their portfolio, just a link basically related to their niche. Now I haven't given a lot of portfolio. Maybe if I've written 10 articles, I have not given them the link of 10 articles, because that would be very irrelevant and they don't have the time to go through all of them, unless obviously while you're chatting with them they go okay, I want to see all the 10 articles, right? There's no need. You just send them that is something very similar or maybe a little bit differentiated to their niche. Now we're talking about something pharmaceuticals, which is why I've written a medical industry client and I send it to them, just so that an idea, okay, this person has already worked in our niche before and they do have an idea about what they will be working on if they're working with us. Now let's go to the third paragraph, which says over here, "Now talking about your site. The products are pretty great and innovative, but a great product without a compelling content does not convince the audience to take an action and buy. So I see your existing articles are quite informative and seem to be within the SEO and Google guidelines, since I can see search terms in your headlines." Now over here, what happened was that when I visited their website, I saw that their paragraphs or their articles are pretty good. They have written some very informative and something that's really not really available on Google. There was a lot of information given. But the problem was that the articles were very short. They weren't engaging. There was many chances that if the client or if the audiences do not find it engaging, they might bounce back from the articles. And we don't want that, right? We want the audiences to be engaged throughout the article, which is why I just gave them a brief idea that, okay, I have really just checked out your website. I'm not just saying it, I've actually done the work. Now, this is the way you do it. You don't just say yeah, I visit your website, I've seen this, etc. you really just show them that you have done the work, which is the products are pretty great and innovative, but a great product without compelling content does not convince the audience to take an action and buy. So I see your existing articles are quite informative and seem to be within SEO Google guidelines. Because I wrote this because I saw that I could find some keywords in their article headlines, and it could be seen that they have done a lot of SEO work on their articles, which was pretty great. Now over here. Now, while we are talking about SEO for a site, we definitely need to be within the Google guidelines and rank our site, but I don't completely agree with that. Now over here, I have written a compelling sentence over here. Now if I read it again, now while we are talking about SEO for a site, we definitely need to be within Google guidelines and rank our site, but I don't completely agree with that. Now what I'm trying to say over here is that I'm just trying to create the kind of curiosity within the client. Like, what are they saying? Like, obviously, if you're doing SEO, you need to be within Google guidelines. Why are you saying no to this? They just would want to read more of what I have to say, right? And the next part is, don't get me wrong, I'll tell you why. Yes, we are trying to rank the website on Google, which means if we don't obey the rules, we won't be visible. But on the other hand, our main concern is our audience. Now what I've written over here is that I'm just trying to tell them that only obeying the rules is not the idea. The idea is the main concern or the main point is our audiences, because we are trying to serve it to them. We're trying to show the articles to them, which is why they are our main concern. And that's who we are trying to connect and talk to, which is why your site and articles need to be more compelling, intriguing, and create curiosity and trust within your audience. That can make them take an action, which over here is to make them buy the product. Now what I really noticed in their articles is that it was just information based. There was nothing very compelling, there was nothing very engaging, and there was no action to be taken by the audience's end. So that part was really missing, which is why I'm trying to tell them that don't only just focus on the SEO guidelines, you really need to focus on both of them, which is follow the rules, but as well as make it so engaging that the clients or the audiences don't bounce back from your web page or your article. Then what I noticed about your articles is that even though they are touching the audience's pain points and are very informative, they seem to be missing the connection and interesting bit, as well as a compelling call to action at the end. So what I noticed is that, again, same thing, they were having the pain points. They had really good search terms. They had really good headlines written. But the main part was the article, which was very, I would say, a bit boring. And if you miss, see, the audience's connection or engaging part, we have a very small amount of time to actually keep them engaged, which is why we need to be very careful and very intriguing, create curiosity within the articles and sort of compel them to provide a perfect call to action. So that's what I noticed, which was missing, which is why I've written this to them. So we want to make sure that we are not only providing information, but also keeping our readers engaged during the entire article. And I see you have mentioned having 400 words of every article. Now this was written in their job post, which is why I have just written over here, just to show them that not only I have checked your website, not only I have researched about it, not only I've read your articles, but I've also read your job particularly specifically in a clear manner. And I see you have mentioned having 400 words for every article. Is that something mandatory or can be changed? Why do I ask that is because as I want reviewing some of your competitors, they seem to have much more word count and content. Now this particular paragraph is very powerful. Why is that? I'll tell you. Now over here, if you see, I've already mentioned 400 words, which means that they will know that I have read their job till the end. And I have just not just briefly went through it, overwent it and just written a proposal. But I've actually read it very carefully, and which is why I'm telling them that is 400 words necessary or can it be increased, right? And why am I saying this? Because I have reviewed some of your competitors and they have the kind of content which has more word count and more information and more value. So it would be easier to beat them if we sort of increase the word count, if we increase the engagement part, if we increase the connection, and also if we increase the kind of information that we provide, which makes them powerful in front of Google. So we can beat this by increasing the word count and add in more pain points and engaging information. I am sure there are more insights and statistics that we can see once we are into it. For example, the amount of traffic, channel, how many are bouncing back and from what page, maybe make more changes to the particular page, etc. Furthermore, to answer your question about the time taken for articles to be written, now again, this paragraph basically is referring to the question that they asked, that how much time would it take for you to write one article or two articles per week. That's what I'm answering over here. Furthermore, to answer your question about the time taken for the articles to be written, that would depend on our word count and the research that has to be placed in order to fulfill the regulatory guidelines. But to give an estimate, 2 articles per week within a word count of 1,500 to 2,000 is doable. The given hourly rate is basically a placeholder. We can discuss further about the estimated cost for all the deliverables once the requirements have been discussed. Lastly, I would like to know if both the website had technical and off-page SEO done on them, since it can impact on our on-page SEO as well. Looking forward to hearing back from you and discussing more on this project. Thank you, Mehak. Now over here, see, the last part is basically just to give an idea or just to basically answer their questions accordingly, which was about how much time will it take to write an article, and what is the cost that you would be estimating. And also, if you see over here, now this is very powerful and you guys should never forget about this one, which is, I would like to know if both the websites had technical and off-page SEO done on them, since it can impact on our on-page SEO as well. Now, if you really think about the logic I'm trying to imply over here, which is, I am trying to show them or basically ask them a question which will make them reply back to us. So basically it's a CTA, call to action over here right at the end. And because of this question, or maybe a question above as well, there are high chances that they would reply back to us with the answer and then would want to discuss more about the project. I'll tell you why, because I have not only given value in this complete proposal, I have told them that their website is pretty good. I have told them what are the improvements that are needed. I have told them, I have also given my portfolio, which is related to the niche that I have been worked before. And I have told them what needs to be more seen above, like for example, not just Google guidelines or SEO, but also the engaging content. And I've also over here told them that their call to action is missing, the interesting bit connection bit is missing from them. And I've also told them I have searched your competitors, which is a great thing because it'll be like, okay, wow, they have not only checked my website, they have researched on it, they have seen my articles, they have read it, they know what's missing in the articles. They have also checked my competitors and seen that what do they have and what we lack in. So they're kind of doing the research part. Now, I have not given a lot of information, right? I've just given a very brief idea for them to actually understand that I have done my homework before I written this proposal. And I just didn't sit one day on Upwork, seeing a job post and instantly wrote a proposal and sent it to them. Nothing like that, no. It took me a lot of while, maybe like I think 15 minutes or more than that, to write this complete proposal, to research about everything, and then come back here and address all the points. And then over here I've written what once we start talking, or once we start chatting, or once you reply back, we can also talk about a lot of stuff that needs to be discussed. For example, what kind of traffic are you getting, or what channel are you basically focusing on? Is there any social organic channel or social media that you focus on? Anything. And then I've also told them the estimate basically of what I'm supposed to give you to write an article. And then lastly, a CTA with also the estimated cost. Now over here, I have not given them a particular fixed cost over here, because I just want to be I just want to be sure about what exactly are they looking for, because there are a lot of things that need to be discussed furthermore. There are a lot of deliverables that need to be finalized, and which is why I haven't been like, okay, I'll take this much for this much. I just need to know that before I charge them something, which is why I've written that I will be doing this once the requirements have been discussed. And then just keep it very simple at the end. Thank you, Mehak. Looking forward to hearing back from you. That's it. So I hope you get an idea. You can, next time you're writing a proposal, you can watch both of these videos together, the bad proposal mistakes and the good proposal analysis, and just try to sort of understand what points I have written over here and then implement them in your proposal. But if you have any more questions regarding your proposal or how you're supposed to write it, if you have any confusions, you can comment down below and we'll be happy to answer them. Thank you so much.